What's up, everybody? This is the Anime Squad Podcast, episode 23. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And we're back at it again with week 10 of our summer anime season of 2020. Of course, as always, before we start, I want to plug in our audio versions. Listen to us on Spotify or iTunes if you guys just want to hear the audio versions. If not, then, of course, tune into the YouTube for the video version.
Yep, and so let's get started.
Episode 10, Peter Grill.
Peter Grills.
Peter Grill. Philosopher's Time.
Can't forget. This episode was pretty entertaining.
It was entertaining, very plot heavy. The ogre that Peter befriended, turns out, well, of course we found out from the last episode that he's pining for Lisa, the older sister, the older ogre sister,
who happened to be a princess.
And unfortunately, as Peter was confronting Lisa about what was going on with the whole arranged marriage thing, turns out the ogre, also named Antonio Spartacus, walked into the whole thing.
Yeah, he just comes in and I guess the sister told her where she was at. So she was like, oh, I can't wait to see my childhood friend. It's been so long. I've done so many things to impress her. I hope she's waiting for me as well. And then he barges in there, not knowing the first rule of privacy. And then just like sees Lisa and Peter doing the dirty deed. As always.
Yeah. And, Antonio didn't really take it all that well.
No.
He essentially, what happened was that he destroyed the entirety of Peter's room, charged in head first. Peter, being naked, had nothing to equip himself with other than a banana, which I thought was hilarious.
That was so weird, dude. I feel like at least, like, you know, in Fate, like a little trace on the banana would have been appreciated.
No.
But this guy is literally defending himself with the flimsy banana.
It was just the banana by itself, and I thought it was, like, amazing.
But yeah, you know, after all that little hassle, Lisa, being the high royalty of a princess, commands Antonio to be like, stop in the name of me. And, you know, he stops with anger.
Yeah, and instead, Antonio then challenges Peter to a face-off.
Yes.
For Lisa's love.
Yes.
And Peter towards the end of the episode was like, hey, you know what? This is actually pretty nice. I could actually have one hassle out of my head forever. So I'm gonna throw the match, and that's kind of where the episode ends.
So if anything, it's a win-win for Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens next episode. But I like this one the most because it was really entertaining to watch. All right. So the next animes we're watching is Deca-Dence. Episode 10, and oh my God, what I predicted from last week. We finally get to see Natsume's, you know, realization that her world was a lie.
Yeah.
It was fake, and it was tough to see a little bit. You know, she was obviously you can't comprehend what Kaguragi's trying to say to her, but you know, he's trying his hardest to like explain to her. He's like, hey, this is fake, and this is fake. Like, I'm not real. I'm someone else. And she's like, you're lying. That's not true. I hate you. You know, that whole conflict of that. Wow, the whole facility of Godals was just blowing up.
Yeah, and like, understandably speaking, Natsume didn't take it well at all, and by that I mean she actually just straight up fainted.
Yeah.
That was just way too much just stimulus to just kind of like process all at once. So very understandable she fainted, and of course, as all of the Gadals are all disintegrating into nothingness, one of them in particular, which I guess was kind of like a pet similar to Pipe, was also like just in the middle of dying, and was abused and such by the facility workers. And as he's like being kicked around and everything, he gets stabbed. The one of the facility workers was stabbed by that little pet Gadol, and it just kind of like dies, fades away or whatever. Yeah, so that's kind of a mental note to take care of.
Yeah, because at first I was like, oh man, that sucks, you know, for the little pet Gadol getting abused like that. But you know, everything's blowing up, so he's gonna die there eventually. And well, we get out of the facility, I think.
Well, yeah. So, as the facility is and everything's just kind of like blowing up and everything, those 3 researchers and such that were getting off in the elevator,
yeah, they get trapped.
die. They get trapped and then just completely collapse and then eventually die. But our heroes, aka Kaburagi, Jill, Donatello, all of them, they also are trying to make their escape, and as they're trying to make their escape, they're being attacked by the other like security guards, and it's kind of cool because they set up like the slippery, like they made the whole floor slippery, and so all of the security guards were just like.
Because they were coming in hot. They were like, we got this. Because they barricaded the entrance with like just junk and like poop and everything. So they just they're just blasting through, and then they just flip and fall all over the place. And then like where they think they still hear voices of Donatello, they finally realize it was a trap.
Yeah.
Laid by Donatello, and then once the record is over, it sets the bomb and blows up the whole facility.
Yeah, that was really smart, and that kind of let Donatello and all of them just escape via van. And I thought that was kind of cool since they escaped from the facility. They're in Earth, so they're not like in space in their little like space shuttle or whatever. They're actually in Earth. So they're actually in close proximity with like Deca-Dence and like all the other humans and stuff.
Yep.
And the humans were also celebrating too, but the problem is that once Natsume was up and everything, Kaburagi was actually able to explain to Natsume regarding who she is and everything, and he even told her like don't tell anybody, because I'm telling you because you're a bug. You don't have any kind of like chip or anything on you.
Yeah, because she's still trying to comprehend it, and obviously explaining she's just in disbelief still, and like what was she fighting for? What was her purpose? And to a point she's saying, why even tell me? It was better off you didn't tell me. And that's what Kaburagi is like, man, that was what I was afraid of, but I had to tell you because you're different from everyone else I've seen in Deca-Dence.
Yeah.
And it's pretty touching moment. And after that we get like flashbacks of Natsume with time with Kaburagi and Kaburagi with Natsume, and obviously Natsume and the humans celebrating that the dolls just magically disappear.
Yeah, everybody's happy, understandably speaking, because they've been fighting these things for so long.
Yeah, but there is some humans that question it. Those are like, why did they just disappear? It's like, oh, who cares?
Speaking of Gaddles disappearing, of course, what we were all expecting, Pipe disappeared.
Oh, that hit me, bro. That legit hit me. I was like, oh man, this little creature died. Damn it.
Yeah, it's really sad because you see his little clothes too, and as he was eating. So it was a lot to take in.
I miss Pipe now. And but yeah, Kaburagi, obviously they're back in the place, and he sees a letter when he's trying to go back to Jill and them, and he sees a letter that Natsume wrote, and I guess he decided to reply back to her.
Adds on more stuff to it, and eventually Natsume does kind of go back to kind of check in on Kaburagi, and then she ends up reading the letter and everything of kind of what's to go on, and the apology letter and everything like that.
And then all of a sudden, like when because Natsume sees that in her room, and then she wants to go check on Kaburagi. Oh, because the avatars were janked, I think.
Yeah. So going back to the whole pet thing, the whole Gaddle pet. So the whole thing that happened on the researcher. So as they all died and everything, another Gaddle comes out of the dude's chest.
Yeah,
alien style.
Yeah,
comes out and then starts just straight up sucking up their nutrients.
Yeah,
kind of like Cell from Dragon Ball Z. And it does so with all the other Avatar bodies that, of course, the cyborgs don't need anymore since Deca-Dence is no longer a thing.
Yeah,
and eventually, towards the end, grows into this gargantuan kaiju size.
Yep.
Which is insane. Which I guess is more or less just set up for the next episode.
Yeah, and with that in mind, also this the bird, the crow
Huggins.
Yeah, Huggins.
Yeah, Huggins
is trying to find Natsume and Kaburagi, but obviously they're bugs. But Kawaragi shows up back to his old place, he predicted that he would show up there again with Natsume and
He wanted to protect her.
and kills Kawaragi's avatar again.
Yeah.
And now Natsume is alone facing this damn purple man.
Yeah, and that's the end of the episode. So we have a lot of setup. This is actually episode. This is episode 10.
Yeah.
But so we're guessing that the last 2 episodes are probably going to be like more climactic. So
Yeah, most definitely.
We're gonna see a lot of action.
Yeah, because now that the humans are legit by themselves, I think fighting off the Godot with, obviously Donatello on them.
Who knows what's gonna happen now?
Yep.
All right, and the next episode of anime we're gonna be talking about is episode 10 of Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out.
Man.
Again, it's a continuation of the last episode. They're in Conan Town, and surprisingly, I was kind of expecting a lot more like Conan references, which would have flew by all our heads.
Like all the references and stuff.
We're not really.
It probably did, but
Conan.
we just didn't catch it. But
Yeah.
no, surprisingly, it was very. It felt like a tour of the town.
It was a tour of the town, and of course, due to part in help with Sakanami, because actually, as Uzaki and Shinichiro won their flight, Sak and Ami actually tailed behind them to meet up with them, and it becomes a four-person party, a 4-friend party.
Yes.
Which of course Ami and Sak have their own motivations to get them together.
They just want to be in the juice.
They teamed up.
They teamed up, 2 forces, and yeah, we get to visit many places in this town, like the sand dunes, this couple shrine, this school round table that's now a figurine shop. All these places we get to see, and it's like very advertising bait with this episode.
No, but also while that was happening, they were trying to get them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there was like a couple always tagging along with them. It's like just emphasizing that, hey.
Oh, they're so lovey-dovey, and just the whole episode itself is just an innuendo of like, oh yeah, this is all just a love town. All couples love going to these hot spots, and of course Sak and Ami set it up. And all these locations vary in quality. Like some of them are obviously advertisements and stuff, and then some of them actually have like legitimately like cute scenes and like kind of funny here and there. Like the sand dunes, where Uzaki actually like reserves a sandboard and she's actually like surfing down like the sand. Because what happens is that Shinichiro and Uzaki actually race each other, and Uzaki has a board, and she just like
she runs out of juice, and so she has to get on foot to finish winning the race.
The incline was just it catches up on her, and then she loses the race. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I think that was my only favorite part.
Yeah,
but yeah, this episode I didn't like it, man. I did not like this episode.
Yeah, overall it was another boring episode, and unfortunately, Uzaki's mom doesn't even show up that much. That's my criticism.
She showed for like 2 or 5 seconds.
Yeah, to advertise the onsen, which is kind of weird. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see how this one wraps up, but not looking.
There was another funny part in the episode. The fish. they bought not fish, rabbit cakes.
The rabbit cakes.
The rabbit cakes, and so Uzaki was coming in buying another one, and then some man was following her. It was like, oh, who's this guy? Oh, I know who he is. Yeah, you forgot to pay the money.
Yeah, that was funny. I think you're gonna talk about the dumb indirect kiss bullshit.
Oh yeah, that was childish.
That was dumb. And yes, moving on to the next anime. Yes, Appare-Ranman, episode 11.
We gotta talk about Appare-Ranman. So, oh boy, so I guess a huge relief from our shoulders, like just immediately just faded away. Kosame was okay for the time being.
They got you for a second.
They did. They got us during that second half in that last episode.
But could continue the
thing. So of course. There's a very dicey situation. Sophia is still Gil's hostage. They blew up the bridge. Nobody's car is working.
Yeah.
And Kosame is literally bleeding to death. what in the world are we gonna do?
Yeah, there's no car, there's no vehicle, and the hospital's not near.
All the vehicles were shot up.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but thankfully the Bad Brothers was of course tailing behind. Their car was still in shape, thankfully.
We called it too. I
was like, wait, they're not here.
Yeah, so we kind of figured like they would probably show up and like tag everyone along to like the nearest town. Yeah. So it was a relief. So because we got Kosama to the nearest hospital, and then he's okay for now, but
thank bejeebus.
He needs to like recover, see if he can make it or not. So the whole time that's happening, everyone's depressed town, because everyone got beat up by Gil pretty badly. All their cars got messed up. Physically, emotionally, everyone was torn.
Oh my gosh! Appare especially.
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh!
I never seen so much emotion from him until this episode.
In the 11 episodes we've been following this man and his passion for cars, we have not seen him like shed any kind of tears, any kind of negative emotions.
He actually opened himself. Than usual.
Yeah, he opened himself up for once, and it was pretty powerful scene. Like especially like when cliche, it's raining, and he finally balls out into tears. But
because he says in general that he was useless.
Yeah. Like without his car, he's nothing to his eyes. And but everyone's trying to get back on track and like, all right, we gotta finish this race or something. We gotta go get Sophia from Gil and stop Gil from everything. And so the guy in charge, the GM guy,
Seth.
Yeah, he's trying to call his boss to send like help. But the boss is not having it. He's like,
we won't send our forces to go rescue 3 people.
Are you nuts?
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
We're already short staff.
Yeah.
You deal with that. And so he gets pretty ticked off. And so he's like, you know what? Like, fudge it. We're gonna help everybody in this race. Like everyone, and like even his crew members, like, everyone, sir? Yes, everyone. Let's just fix these cars because we're basically all one team at this point.
Let's sing this.
Yeah, so like everyone's trying to fix their cars and stuff while the rain stops, and Hotato finally was looking for an operator. And
come quick, come to the hospital, you have to see it. And then we gotta run, what's going on with Kosame? And my gosh. Yeah, I hated that so much, but I loved it at the same time, because you see Kosame and you see the white sheet on his face, and of course that's like the universal sign that he's dead.
Yeah.
But he blows it away. He's like and okay.
It's funny because, like, you're in a hospital, you're stuck there, there's no television or anything, so he has to entertain himself, so that's funny. But with the relief that he's actually fine, he's back in his not full health, but like he's not in danger.
He's back in the game.
Yeah, he's back in the game.
He's back in the game of life.
Yeah, but he sees that Appare is still depressed and down, so Kosame being the GOAT, cheers him up. It's like,
but of course, the biggest savior we gotta thank is blood transfusion.
Yes,
guys, donate your blood.
Donate blood. It saves lives, as we saw in this anime. Like, no, but it's a really good message saying, like, without technology, I would have been safe if I was in Japan bleeding out. Yeah. So Kosame is thankful for that this blood transfusion worked.
And us as fans, we're also thankful as well.
Yes.
We love this guy.
Yes, very much so. And that brings up Appare's spirits, and he's like, all right, let's get back in the race. Let's fix it up. And even when he shows up to all the racers, like all like worried and stuff, fixing the cars,
he's giving his big speech.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course, the hero speech. I'm gonna be the one to fix your guys' cars, and just because the bridge is blown up, guess what? My car was originally a ship.
So, god damn it, we're gonna build our own bridge. We're gonna make a bridge or something.
We're gonna fly.
We'll see what he comes up with, man. But that's how the episode
Oh,
ends.
wait. We forgot to mention TJ and Dylan's backstory.
Oh, okay.
That one I found was kind of like really interesting because it talked about how TJ and Dylan, despite being rivals, were actually partners at one point. Even when
they were a trio.
Yeah, they were. Well, yeah, they were a trio because when Dylan got together with Claudia,
yes,
One True Love,
that was the trio.
TJ was there, being his bro,
being his wingman, bro.
Yeah.
Weren't they both? Didn't both of them like him?
They did, but TJ was like, you know what? If Claudia chose you, then you're the man that she wants.
Yeah.
Don't you dare put yourself down and say that, oh, Claudia should have picked me.
So like obviously, it sucked that he didn't get chosen, but he could respect her wishes because in the end he still likes her. To respect that. And I thought that was cool to see both characters for TJ and Dylan, because we
get that connection.
We hardly got any backstory prior to that.
Yeah, they were both just the badasses.
Yeah,
dual wielding, but obviously we saw Gil just rip them apart.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I like to end things off. I want to say that I like the dynamic with the group itself. Like, yeah, they're all competing against each other, but I feel like there's a dynamic with everybody. Everybody, even though they're all rivals and stuff, they all more or less care for each other. They're kind of like a friend group in a way.
And then we find out the races finally works with everyone now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You forgot to say about that. That was pretty funny though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because he wasn't gonna help for nothing.
Yeah.
He was literally like, he's like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. But now.
Yeah, Seth is literally like, okay, fine, here you go. Go ahead and work on the cars. I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
Gotta get this done. So it's character development for everybody.
Yeah.
And it gives everybody a common goal because Gil is legit threatening.
Yeah, he's the main bad guy.
Yep.
Of this story.
We'll see what happens next episode.
Yeah, so
like they didn't care about the race at this point no more.
No, not at this point.
Like, that's not the main goal. It's like a sub goal right now. They have to just get Sophia back and defeat Gil. And so very hyped for next episode.
I know, same here. Alright, and the next episode of anime we're gonna be talking about is God of High School.
Oh man.
Episode 10.
Should I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Woo, bro! Damn, man.
You should write.
Me too? Woo!
Man, this
double woos, man.
This
oh my God.
episode was insane.
Oh.
Who wants to start this off?
All right, I'll start it off because you know what, the beginning was just kind of normal. All right,
Yeah.
we get backstory behind Park Il-pyo's whole thing against Jigal, right?
Yeah.
So one of their teammates, who's, I'll put the name on the screen here.
Yeah.
Because I need to talk about this. She is competing against Jigal, and she loses. But to make matters worse, she injures her leg, and with her injured leg, Jigal literally looks at her. He's like, "Oh, tough luck for a woman," and then he immediately just beats down on her leg, just crushes it completely, and now she can never walk again.
What a douche move, man.
I know, yeah. So that's the backstory.
She could walk, but she can't.
She can never participate in martial arts.
Yeah.
So basically, she can't walk.
in this anime aspect.
Yeah. And because of that, you know what, Omar, you continue because that's the backstory.
So yeah, once we get that backstory, obviously, I think the sister.
Yeah, the cousin. Yeah.
Yeah, she takes in her place to fight in the team, and she's like swole, so she looks like she could take care of herself.
Yeah.
But she
definitely.
obviously she got paired up with Han, dude, and you know how Han is. He's the toughest stone, bro. So they're duking it out, like kicks are flying, punches are getting thrown, and man, it's pretty intense. Even at the point where she kind of like extended her leg and like hit Han's shoulder blade kind of, and like the whole ground just shatters.
Yeah.
And that was pretty dope. But Han being Han.
Yeah, even when Han gets hit in the ear, like actually making contact with his ear bone, like throwing out of his balance,
Yeah.
he was still able to get back up and just go ham.
Yeah, exactly.
He took those hits like a champ, like always.
Like always.
Of course,
Our
yeah.
bar being Han.
Yeah, so he was able to, and with that, he was still able to completely win that match. So.
Yeah. And then with that, it was Mori versus Park.
Pocky Rocky.
Pocky Rocky, but before that, we get to see what Park is up to. The
Park Mujin.
Park Mujin, yes.
I know we got quite a few parks, but okay, we got Park Mujin, the main cross dude, and the thing, and then we got the kickboxer man, Park Ilpio, that Mori's fighting.
Yeah, so he shows up to where one of his the blue hair girls like fixing up the last team because they found them all like dazed and like brain control or whatever. So she's trying to fix them up, but once he gets there, she's on the ground, and that last team just Thanos snaps in the air, and then he's talking to like this hooded guy, and like I guess they've been knowing each other, and they're just like talking smack. But then when the hooded guy reveals himself, it looks like Mori.
It looks like Mori, but with white hair. So I just like to call him Inverse Mori from now on. For now anyway.
Alter Mori, whatever you guys want.
Mori Alter. Yeah, and so like it's really cool because they actually use their Chariok, which of course we've seen them before with Inverse Mori. It's the giant sword with the whole inscription on it and everything. The child, I know not whose child it is, but I shall smite thee from God.
That was good. I like to call it the Heaven's Sword, Heaven's Judgment, bro.
Yeah,
comes down on the damn
on the city itself.
Yeah, the competition, and so Park like throws out his cross shield to block it, and then Alter Mori is not done, bro. He summons this shadow god from the Gate of Truth.
Can I say this? Yeah, it straight up looks like, I think it's supposed to be hell, but it straight up looks like the Gate of Truth from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And what doesn't help is the fact that black figure that comes out literally looks like the homunculus in the flask from Brotherhood.
Yeah, exactly. So already packing double trouble, and Park can't handle that, bro. So, but luckily, he has his subordinates down there, which also Alter Mori has his cult following there. They're all supporting each other. So it's like,
we didn't know about the support yet until the fight started with Mori.
Yeah,
because
we got introduced to that guy.
This is all being interpolated between
the fight
between Mori and Park Ilpio, and what's going on with Park Mujin and Inverse Mori.
Yeah, they love doing simultaneously fights. So that's why it's cool to watch, because you're never like bored in any moment. There's no like, oh, sit down and talk. It's like let's go. And that was cool. But yeah, back to Mori and Park Ilpio fight, and it was really entertaining.
Yeah, a lot of fluid animation, a lot of fluid motions, and you see a lot of a lot of hit connections and stuff.
While we're seeing that, we also see that Mori's failing in a way where he keeps hitting.
Weaknesses, that's the key word.
That's what Parks points out to him, is like, hey, you have 3 weaknesses. Let me show you to you. And like he literally like points out when he's doing his move, like the famous triple kick, bro. He called that.
Yeah, he was like 1, 2, close combat. You suck at it.
Yeah, so like he calls every move he does, because he literally tells he tells Tamori, like, you're easy to predict.
Yeah,
you gotta stop doing that.
So then we get a tiny little flashback.
Yeah, of Park with Mori's grandpa.
Yeah,
and what he actually
he's like, this is Mori. Please, when you grow up, teach him your ways. teach him some stuff.
Well, that was a little bit ahead. I was talking about the other one with the guy with the X on his head.
We're talking about Park?
Yeah, because he first...
Mujin.
Yeah, he said first, like, oh, you're weak.
Oh, yeah, to Mori in the game, right?
Yeah. And then they start fighting, and then he started using the moves from his friends.
Yes, from his friends. So
and that's what caught the other guy.
I feel like you're going ahead, because the whole move thing
that
was happy.
No, that was after. because that's when he was falling down, and that's when he remembered the thing with his grandfather, the little Jin's background thing.
Yeah.
With his grandpa. That was later on.
Yeah. No, you're right. But yeah, that's happening. And then we go back to the god throwing his sword down on the damn high school. And then we see the coolest guy ever. We don't got a name for him, but I don't like to call him the Master of Arms, and his backup squad. And oh man, it's hype, dude.
It is.
Like, I loved every minute of seeing these guys like do action.
No, it's funny too, because like we saw their we saw them during the eye catch, during the mid episode eye catch, and at first I was like, okay, these are probably maybe the goons from Nox. That's what the organization is called, Nox, by the way.
Yeah,
I thought they were them, but then they show up, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? What's going on?
Yeah, man. So
it's like the guy was leading a band,
a marching band. But dude, this marching band was lit.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god.
So once the music kicked in, bro, the action kicked in.
He started dancing.
He started dancing, feeling the music, and unleashing his crates of weapons at this sword of heaven.
Yeah, like he starts off casually. He starts off with a bazooka, then he throws energy from a lance, and then he uses a machine gun to pop a little bit.
So he started just taking out multiple weapons. It was insane.
Yeah,
super insane. And then while that's happening, like, you got the band members like just getting in the groove of everything, you know.
the animation. Oh my gosh,
dude, it is hype. This episode was hype. And well, after all that is happening, we go back to the Mori and Park Ipio fight, and Mori unleashes his signature, you know, the original twin blue dragons. But we also Park releases his power. It's like the twin.
Yeah, of course. This was after. I want to mention that this was after he rectifies his weaknesses. Because the first time around when his weaknesses were pointed out, Mori was getting his ass handed to, and then that's when we got the flashback. And then after the flashback was when we got his revised versions, where he was actually like weaknesses, close combat, fixed, conquered.
Yeah.
And so he does his revised like blue dragon thing, and that was awesome to see.
Yes,
that was the thing where the whole conversation with you guys are weak on your own.
Yeah. And so when he finally, you know, adapts to the situation, he unleashes a new original, which is the Blue Tempest Dragon.
Yeah.
And it just unleashes on Park.
Yeah, and at first I thought like Park Ilpio was down for the count.
Yeah.
What was the guy, the one punch dude called again?
Han?
Han, yeah, he was like, hey, that's my move.
Yeah, he mentions that. That's my move.
Yeah, so they noticed that Mori was doing their moves like Kakashi.
Yeah, he became the copy martial artist.
Yeah, but you would think that Park would be out and about, but he doesn't want to give up because you know, he's a real fighter. And I guess that's what he unleashes, like his
Chariok, which I guess it's the nine-tailed like fox.
I guess so. Well, they call it like the sleeping key. That's what they were looking for the whole time.
Before it becomes the tails, then we get the finishing the battle between the sword and the.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So he was going ham on the dancing. He was just dancing.
Yeah, the Master of Arms guy, like, he was just having fun, dude. Yeah. He was having fun.
His finishing blow was that he puts on the mask, and then he puts himself through the whole like portal that where all the attacks are going through. He becomes large, and then with like his mask, he bites the sword, and the sword just breaks. Oh my god, we have no idea who this guy is, but automatically became one of our favorite characters.
Yeah, bro, because he's hype. He has his own backup, you know, hype man, bro, with the drums and everything. And I love when they do the close-up shots on them, because you could tell how intense they're playing their drums and everything.
Gosh, yeah,
it's amazing.
They were all a part of this.
They were playing their instruments to the fullest.
Yeah, playing their heart out.
Yeah. And that's why, and then of course we end the episode off with Park Il-pyo becoming the lost key by infusing himself with his chariot.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the episode. Again, if it sounds confusing, it's because the episode was literally it was interlaced. It was interwoven with the whole Park Mujin fight and the Mori fight.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why. But trust me, the episode itself makes a lot of sense, and it is amazing. It is hype.
Amazing,
oh my gosh.
amazing animation, amazing fights. Don't miss out on this episode. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
All right, so now we start with our season 2s now with No Guns Life second season.
No Guns Life 2, and I think this might have been the side effect of us like being super hyped of God of High School, because by the time No Guns Life 2 came on, we were expecting that Cronin fight with the Golden Gun guy.
Yeah.
And
tear in my eye.
It was a big.
Yeah.
Well, they had a little fight.
And a little skirmish.
Yeah, a little
I
skirmish.
call it a skirmish.
You know, they both got licks at each other, and then they got interrupted with Juzo falling on top of them, and the Golden Gun guy just runs off.
He runs off, yeah.
So with that all happening, Seven just like is talking smack again, and he unleashes his ultimate blast at Juzo, and obviously our main gun he handles it, but you know he's stuck on a wall.
Yeah, he tanks the hit, but like Omar said, he's stuck in a wall. I think he lost his legs too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he straight up gets bisected by the blast. It's a huge blast. I'm surprised he survived with even half of his body.
Yeah, so you know it's all done for Juzo, and you know obviously Pepper.
Pepper.
Oh yeah, Pepper.
Pepper.
See, that's how I miss Pipe so much already. I'm confusing him. But yeah, Pepper. She's like teasing him and asking him to join her with Seven, and Seven's like, screw that. I'll kill him right here to prove I'm better than him, and all that jazz. But our detective guy comes up with Tetsuro dragging him, and then he's like, you know, he just comes in all nonchalant, and then Tetsuro sees Juzo on the wall, and he uses his harmony on
Tetsuro, use harmony now.
Uses it on Juzo, and then that's when we finally get to see Juzo's backstory.
Yes.
With him in the war and the other gun slaves.
Yeah, this by far, this portion of the episode was definitely the most interesting, at least to me it was.
Yeah.
Because we got to see, like, legit got to see all of Juzo's backstory and kind of what led to him eliminating 5 and the other gun slave units that they were, you know, well, were mentioned before.
Yeah. And basically it was just like how Juzo was not part of them because he was different from the rest of the gun slaves, so they used them, and he meets up with 5. Was it 5?
No, it was 12. It was 12.
Yeah, 12. Yeah. Like it was a big dude,
yeah.
big Gatling gun guy, and he at first he offers him to join them and a drink, yes, to join them since they're the same, bro. They're both gun slaves.
Hey, come on. There's not a lot of us that look like us, so we're basically brothers.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously Juzo's not having any of that.
You don't want in it, yeah.
So he just walks away because obviously when he sees them, they look pretty. Well, 12 to be exact. He looks pretty weak. Like he looks like he barely has any energy in him.
Yeah.
And so 12 was, not gonna let him escape, but Juzo actually helps them out.
Hey, he was a good guy.
Yeah, our MC's not bad. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he was like, hey, there's an exit over there.
Yeah,
you guys could be able to leave.
Yeah, no one knows about it, so it'll be a safe route to go that way. And, and guess 12 and the other guns have no options left, so they decide to trust on Juzo. And they escape, and we're like, oh, that's nice. This is why is this dramatizing Juzo? Why is this a big deal? And then obviously when they escape, 12 sees a bell tower, right? He sees a bell tower,
and that's when he mentions number 13. You're there, aren't you? And then you just see a blast, and immediately all the gun slave units that were like coming out of there,
gone,
disintegrated. Boom. There were no gun slave units. What? Oh no, that was just a practice site. Oh yeah, no, totally. They never exist in the first place.
Yep. And then I think Juzo knew it was the wrong thing to do, because when he finished, I don't know if it takes a lot on him.
For me, what I thought is that Juzo was just acting on, just automatic.
Yeah.
The thing is that he was always controlled by
The hand?
by the handler, yeah.
The hands and then the government.
Yeah.
So this time he did it out of his own will, but he realized that
It was wrong.
yeah.
It's kind
Well,
of
not only that, but I think he also mentioned that like all of what was going on was all pretty much him, and that
Yeah.
all the hand himself was just basically feeding into what Juzo wanted to do. It wasn't a matter of what Juzo was made to do, but more so, oh, this is what I wanted to do. So boom,
But at
blast
the end,
me.
he thought he was gonna lead him, right?
Yeah.
That's what he.
Yeah, that's what 12 of them thought they were gonna escape, but died. And that was the end of that.
Yeah, Tetsuro and us, the audience, were able to find out a huge portion of that whole backstory. So that's gonna be pretty interesting to see what they're gonna be doing after that.
Yeah.
It's another info dump episode, but I feel like this was meaningful
Yeah, this was
with
more.
the Juzo stuff.
Yeah, because the past two episodes, I believe it or not, they teased about obviously Juzo's hand, the war, and it was finally
And of course the Wachowski guy. But,
yes, and it was finally welcoming to see the actual backstory of Juzo. So that was good to see.
All right, and the next episode of anime we're going to be talking about is Re:Zero Season 2, Episode 10.
Oh man.
Continuation of the whole Witch of Envy, Cloud of Darkness shenanigans going on. Subaru is paired up with Garfield, and at first it was like, yeah, let's go stop him. Yeah, what's gonna happen? What about Ram and Otto? Oh, they died.
Yeah,
They're gone.
Don't you see the big shadow, homie?
I would have died too.
if it wasn't for Ram launching me in the air and stuff. So
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty much dead except Garfield and Subaru.
I was also noticed that like that moment when like Subaru heard that they're all dead, he's like, oh god damn it, I have to kill myself again.
I have to do the reset. But yeah, but the witch gets a close on to them, and obviously Garfield's like, damn, I'm at my last resort. Turns into
Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger again.
Yeah. This time not against Subaru.
No, thank God. And he has a little help with the little elf girls.
Ryuzu.
Yes, and their clones. And they all get demolished.
Yeah, they all self-destructed on her, but had no effect. Garfield uses the Tony the Tiger form to attack, but he gets killed, and Subaru gets absorbed by the Witch of Envy.
In the darkness, the dark void.
Oh no!
And the whole time he's in the dark void, this thing won't shut up about how much he loves him. I love you, I love you, I love you. And then, like, he was just there, like, just stuck. Like,
And then
dying.
Subaru uses the handkerchief that Petra gave him in the other timeline, formed a blade, and then stabbed himself in the heart. Kind of like a tragedy.
Yeah, but
Very much so like a tragedy.
very tragic. And then we get to see it. The witch is actually Amelia.
I was thinking that too, but then I remembered in season 1 that apparently the witch Satella looked very similar to Emilia, and then when Emilia first introduced herself, she introduced herself as Satella.
Oh, okay.
Originally.
Oh, okay.
That's my hunch. I don't know.
That's a pretty good hunch.
But of course that brought Subaru back to
Yes.
that whole thing. But this time, more meticulously thinking, and he remembers Echidna.
Yes.
So at this point, it's just a lot of backtracking, and all the deaths he had prior, he tried to find a way to lead it not for anyone to die.
Yeah, because it was interesting this time how he reset it. That this time, Amelia did not freak out like she always does.
He freaked out.
He freaked out and he started bawling, and Amelia comforted him, and they both got out, safely. And everyone's there. Everyone's like, okay, fine. Even Garfield's like, hey man, you did good. And everything. This is I'm probably gonna say it now. This is probably like we won't get a reset because everything's going so well at this point? Or what do you guys think?
No. I think it's fine for now.
For now.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we're gonna get reset to that point no more. I think we're done with the reset to that specific
I
trial.
don't know, man. We'll see. I feel like
we're almost there, technically.
Yeah, I mean, no, maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But continue with the story. He's putting the pieces and puzzles together, and then Subaru decides to go back to where he was locked up, and then he finds out that there's like a door like blocked out, but there's a.
It's pretty much, I think, what I thought is pretty much where he got sent to. What do you call it?
It was when he was like, it was where he was in prison from what I got out of that.
Yeah, but now that he went further in there was a door that got revealed that the little elf girl, she's in this crystal form, and apparently that's like the original version of her. Yeah. And every other one that's out and about, all copies and clones that we get told from them as well.
And why did she do it? To be immortal.
Yep.
That's pretty much the only reason, so that way she could keep inserting her soul into each new clone, and then they could just keep living over and over and over again.
Till the world ends.
You're smart.
Yeah.
You're pretty smart if you want to live forever.
And then after all that gets settled up, everyone's hunky-dory. Subaru wakes up super early, and he rushes to the mansion, which obviously Garfield knows, because Subaru smells like a damn witch.
Yeah, and we're kind of getting a repeat of what happened 2 timelines ago, where Garfield was going to put him into the brig for 3 days.
Yes. But this time, Subaru just...
He got him.
Yep, man's up and just straight up tells him... Well, he tells him the truth. He's like, hey, man, like, don't do this right now. I really don't want to deal with you. And then like he kind of gives him like this look I like to call, like, you know, when someone has nothing to lose no more. It's like this death stare. He's like, hey man.
He was at a point where Garfield was this close to killing him, but he sees his eyes and he's like, you know what, go.
I think Subaru was okay with either decision, really.
Yeah, because he wasn't afraid of death, and he wasn't afraid of anything he's gonna do, and that's what threw off Garfield. And I guess also that Subaru kind of knows what Garfield's going through, I guess.
Well, yeah. He's experienced it before, firsthand.
Yeah, so that led to that, and then Garfield lets him go. He's like, all right, whatever, bro. You do you, and don't fuck up Sanctuary. And he goes to the mansion.
So this is where, like, I guess we haven't been here for a while, but he managed to get there within a day.
Earlier than usual.
So no Elsa.
No Elsa yet. So they're preparing to move everyone out of the mansion to the sanctuary, so it will be safer. And they all agree to it. They're all hunky dory. And then Subaru finally goes meet up with Beatrice. And I get, obviously Beatrice, knowing everything, she knew this outcome was gonna happen. And but she agrees to go as well, and that's where the episode ends.
Yeah, and all around it was a great episode. I mean, it was a nice setup episode. It was another, I guess by lack of a better term, what we said before, info dump. Yeah. But I feel like this was very meaningful. My favorite part of the episode was definitely the whole Subaru just telling off Garfield. Like, yeah, you know what? Go ahead, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, because throughout the whole season, Garfield's been, the
tough dude,
tough guy, and finally someone more tougher than him showed him up.
We forgot to say he's been through hell.
Yeah, he's been
and that's what the episode's called. I've been in hell.
Yeah, I know what hell looks like.
Yep.
Not pretty. And all right, so next to our final anime, Fire Force. Second season, episode 11. And basically, we get the results of all the research they did in the past episodes about the numbers, what the plants was all meant for.
This was the journey to the Chinese, what was it?
Peninsula.
Yeah.
It was basically the aftermath of the Chinese peninsula, and we should probably mention that this is a Victor and Joker episode.
Yes.
Shinra is hardly in it along with, Arthur or Tamaki. They're all there, but...
And also,
The scientist guy.
the scientist.
I said, yeah, Victor.
Oh, Victor.
This is the
yeah.
Victor and Joker
The
episode.
other guy.
Oh, Ben.
I said Joker.
No,
Benimaru?
Benimaru.
Benimaru is like a supporting role, but I feel like Joker's like the main player.
Yeah, because he really hates that damn temple.
Yeah.
I'll continue.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, we get to see a lot of Victor, just knowing the outcome of this. He knew that they were gonna sugarcoat it. They were gonna hide information from everyone else that the church is not behind this, and if we were to go the information on public, it would take like 3 years or so. Like real classified information.
I was just joking that they should probably just have a time skip. Like 3 years have passed. Let's now use this info.
That's terrible. But I don't know. Victor kind of gave me a creepy vibe. Like he was on a search to find the true answer or something like that, and like he was just by himself doing, kind of
miscellaneous stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
They also have a short backstory of kind of like what Victor was doing before he joined the Fire Force, and he was a researcher, which I guess is kind of obvious.
Yeah.
And and as he's walking out was when he first met with Joker.
Yeah.
We still don't know anything about Joker, but for the most part, we know that he's met with Joker, and Joker wants to basically team up with Victor and everything like that. He's been persistent about fighting the truth and everything, and Joker knows a lot more than he's letting on to.
Yeah. So now we get to see Joker recruit Benimaru to attack the Holy Soul Temple because they both hate it.
Yeah, if there's anything that the Asakusa branch is known for when it comes to them and their affiliation is the fact that they hate the Holy Soul Temple. And they even established in the first season they don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah.
They're only there because they need the funds and they gotta protect their people.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously Benimaru not that much convincing, but he's like, all right, I'm on board. Let's go attack this thing. Let's see.
Yeah.
let's see what they're really up to and stuff. And they hype themselves up. They're like, all right, let's go in there. Let's storm in there.
What was it? The Holy what?
The Holy Soul Temple.
I guess they got the word or something.
Yeah,
the Pope.
Yeah, the Pope. The lackeys were like telling them like, Benimaru's coming. He's gonna destroy everything. Like, what should we do? Yeah, so that they were afraid of him, and then lo and behold, our guy shows up and just
they're kicking a lot of ass at first.
These lackeys just falling like Power Ranger grunts.
Yeah. And then the big dude comes in and then kind of shoots like a poison dart or whatever at Benimaru, and then Benimaru keels over.
We don't know what he.
Right.
I think he probably got knocked unconscious. I can't imagine
unconscious. We don't know.
Stunned.
Brain dead or something. I don't know.
And that leave Joker with like astonished,
what?
Is this it?
You done?
You good?
Are you good?
Oh, this sucks.
Yeah. And that was the end of the episode. There was quite a few things that happened, but for the most part, it was just kind of. It was more so Joker and Benimaru got most of the action in.
It felt like ready to fight sequence, I guess.
Yeah, like it's setting up to where Joker's arc, I feel like.
Yeah.
At this point, because it literally wrapped up the whole Chinese peninsula, what the info, what they're gonna do, and then now we're leading on to this.
Yeah. So this has been a very big common theme with a lot of the episodes this week. Is just all info,
especially with the second seasons.
Yeah. All right, and now we end things off with the anime, and then we move on to our news / I guess for this case, just stuff that we found interesting.
Yeah. News and video games.
Yeah. To start things off, Attack on Titan's WIT studio, or I guess former studio.
Yeah.
WIT, they made a music video. Their animators and such made a music video, and it looked pretty cool.
It's to support younger animators.
Yeah.
And it does a good job, man. Like when you showed me the video prior to the podcast, it was really cool. They showed different art styles in the video.
I was amazed. Like
different genres.
The studio itself was managing to like change their art style to different ones. That was like two of them, of course.
Yeah.
It's Psychopaths.
Mm-hmm.
And the Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I saw that within the thing, but other than that, the rest were like really like different art styles and stuff. It was
it was cool. It also got to show off like all the different inspirations that anybody can get into animation as long as you have like the passion for it and everything like that. So.
Yeah, exactly. And like throughout the whole video, like it's following like two creators, a woman and a guy, and just what they're coming up with and what they're making come to reality. And it's super cool. Like like I said, like different art styles, the different genres they're tapping into, and like even within the video, the video itself, they're promoting like the studios that are within, like
that worked with each other.
Yeah, worked with each other, like Cloverworks,
Mappa,
and Bones,
Project IG,
Production IG,
all well-known studios. So this, if you're really into like animations, like this is
the music was awesome.
Yeah, music was definitely cool too.
Yeah, this is the music. This is the animated music video form of
"Don't let your dreams be dreams"
and just
do it.
Follow your dreams, man. And it's pretty inspiring.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, now the next thing we're gonna be talking about is 13 Sentinels. The newest Atlas published game is getting an English dub. Finally, this game has been in limbo for so long, especially with
finally a date, right?
Yeah, there's finally a date, which hopefully won't get delayed again. And the reason why we haven't really talked about it much is because none of us really have like much experience or anything with it. But I don't know, this English dub kind of like caught my interest because I've noticed a lot of the voices in it, and most notably a lot of them come from Persona and Atlas. But yeah, it looks pretty interesting. The art style itself, kind of like the coloring, kind of gives me like Steins Gate vibes, and like the fact that a lot of the presentation is like in 2D and like 2D sprite work, and like with 3D backgrounds, kind of gives me Octopath Traveler vibes too.
Yeah, it reminds me of another Atlas game, Dragon's Crown.
Yeah.
That has the exact same art style, which is
I
super awesome.
A while ago when we saw the trailer to the gameplay, that's what turned me down, as well as you too, Omar.
Yeah, the gameplay, it's not for me.
It's not.
I feel like this is the type of gameplay that you kind of want to get your hands in and like maybe just kind of get a feel for what it is, and maybe it's more so what you do rather than what you can see, what you can do. I don't know.
True, but I'm just so glad that it's finally coming out because, like you said, it's been a limbo hell for years now for this game to come to America.
Yeah, so we'll definitely see what comes from it, and I'll keep an eye out on it.
Yeah. And on to
I was gonna ask, would you buy it first day?
No, I do have a couple friends that are going to buy it first day, so I'm more than likely just gonna wait out and kind of hear what they have to say about it, and then if it's worth my time, I'll definitely pick it up. Probably in the end of the year, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Not me.
All right.
And on to the next game. This one's came out a couple days ago. The recording of this podcast. This game was originally called Of Gods and Monsters from Ubisoft, but they changed it into Immortals: Fenyx Rising, and man, this game looks impressive.
Yeah, I had no idea what to make of it at first. I only knew of it.
Me nor Rabbi knew anything about this game.
Yeah, we just saw the trailer, and for me, I was like, oh, is this another like MOBA, like Fortnite related thing? Because the art style, like, it threw me off. To be honest.
But it's very cool. Like, if I had to put throw a bone or like what it represents, obviously the art style kind of looks like Breath of the Wild, like how open world it is, and then it has obviously Greek mythology is awesome, and it has the combo and fight styles of Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. So it's a very interesting mix what they did with it, and obviously our main character here, Fenyx, I guess I'm gonna just call her. She does amazing like golly powers. You could like bring up spikes from the ground, or like she could fly like out of nowhere, and like whenever she's falling down, she could always just pop in a horse whenever she wants to, and it's really cool. And I didn't have no expectations for this game, but now seeing the trailer for it myself, I'm very hyped for it.
Yeah, it sounds amazing from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you love your Greek mythology and the monsters, You know, like a Cerberus, giants, fighting all those.
I think the thing that was pretty cool is that she had multiple weapons. I guess the same weapon, but multiple.
Yeah, multiple ways to use them.
Yeah, because it would swap. Like she would swap to a sword, to a axe, to a spear,
bow.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the cool thing too, like
So is it the same weapon?
I have no idea. I feel like she could be a master of arms. You know, because she's kind of like godly.
So
I'm
do you
waiting.
think she has a specific role, like as in like maybe she's historical too, or
I have no idea.
since she has wings?
I think she's probably gonna turn out to be a Valkyrie or something.
No, this is Greek mythology.
Oh no, never mind. Yeah, that's Norse mythology. Yeah, my bad. I got it confused.
Yeah, but in the gameplay, she picks up powers. So she picks up like Zeus's lightning and stuff like that. And then one part cool in the gameplay, when she gets a headshot, it kind of zooms into the headshot, and I thought it was cool little touch to that.
I'm really looking forward to the flight. I feel like they're kind of they showed off the wings for the character.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like flight is probably gonna be like probably gonna play a huge part, kind of similar
for your
to
Superman game.
no, kind of. I was thinking kind of similar to like Breath of the Wild, how Link is able
he has
to
a glider.
Yeah, he has a glider. So instead of gliding, she can fly around.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say hopefully he's not gliding. I wouldn't want that.
I mean, I'd be fine if it's gliding. I'd rather it be flying.
I feel like if it's like it's keeping the combo base, I feel like she have like an up jump, and then she could fly around and stuff, like kind of falling style. That's what I imagine. But very very unexpected game out of nowhere. It got a rebrand and it's super cool.
You know what? I thought about Overwatch with Farah. She
yeah.
passed up
And you go float a bit, yeah.
And then you could do it again.
Yeah. That's what I imagine she would kind of do.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the game.
Okay.
I'll
keep checking
Into it.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
And the next bit of game news that we're going to be talking about is the Pocky and Rocky remaster.
Pocky and Rocky.
So I've actually played through Pocky and Rocky, the first game and everything. I played a little bit of the second game, and I really enjoyed this. I really enjoy the games. They're basically shoot 'em up games, but they're played at kind of like your own pace because they're not vehicles or anything. You actually control the characters and you move armed in the level and stuff. And the fact that this is getting a remaster is pretty cool. The gameplay is super fun. I could imagine this having 2-player online multiplayer.
I hope so.
Because the co-op, the co-op gameplay in this is a lot of fun. It's really difficult too.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of expecting to see maybe some kind of like difficulty setup just to kind of ease new players into this. And it has widescreen support, and it just looks a lot cleaner. And in general, I'm looking forward to this. I honestly did not expect this game to really have any kind of re-release because I always thought Pocky and Rocky was just kind of like a niche.
Gem?
Yeah, it's a hidden gem, a niche title.
I didn't even hear about it.
I seen gameplay of this game. It was super interesting. I wish I had my hands on it.
Oh, it is. It's a lot of fun.
It'd be like a type of game I'll be really into.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's expected to come out in 2021.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we don't have any kind of like English trailer for it yet.
Yeah.
It's just Japanese, so we don't even know if it's even going to be coming out that same time frame within that year. I'd imagine so because it's only a shoot 'em up. So.
Yeah. And so like it finally gets more hands on other people, and maybe hopefully they might make another one.
Yeah, like a full-on like Pocky and Rocky, like
that's what I thought was happening when we read the news, but it ended up being just a remaster, which is fine.
Yeah,
it's good.
Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. So we'll just have to wait and see what we get out of it.
Yeah, so hopefully, good price, good data time doesn't like interfere.
How much do you think it would cost?
I'm imagining maybe like upper estimate's probably gonna be 20.
Nah, I doubt that.
No?
Probably like 30.
30? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, that's my opinion. All right, you want to take this one, Dave? Okay, I guess. The next gaming news we just stumbled upon this one. It was arcade shoot 'em up Rangok Skies.
I think it's pronounced Rangok.
Oh,
Rangok.
my bad.
There's no Nura.
Ragnarok. I wish it was Ragnarok. But yeah, Rangok Skies. And it's, if you know of the old school airplane shooters of the arcades, this is right in your park. This is right up your alley. Very cool, very actiony airplane movements.
It's kind of funny. We went from one shoot 'em up to another.
Another
shoot 'em
one,
up.
right?
The trailer looked pretty entertaining too, especially with the little voice thing. Just reminded me of the 90s.
Yeah, very, very old school nostalgia playing into it. And it looks super cool, like you said, like when the characters shout out their power ups and like doing their moves. It's super cool. And yeah, so you've like those insane shoot 'em ups where like every bullet counts when you get hit and stuff, and you gotta start over. This is right up your alley. What do you think, Robbie?
It looked cool. It like you said, it does remind me of like a lot of like the 90s or 80s era arcade shoot 'em ups. It actually reminds me more like a Toho game, because it's actually more so. It's actually less so like a regular shoot 'em up and more like a bullet hell.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of projectiles just coming in at once, and you kind of like need to like dodge and maneuver around it. But I feel like there's also a lot of like other gameplay variations that doesn't involve just dodging.
Yeah, it's like multiple.
Yeah.
Stuff.
But there's a lot of waves of attacks and stuff, which is like, like insane to kind of like keep up with. But again, I wouldn't say exactly Toho levels, but it did remind me a lot of Toho levels. So it is very much like
all
bullet
the
hell.
mayhem that's passing by.
Yeah, very, very bullet hell-ish.
So yeah, when is this game coming out?
Quarter 4.
Quarter 4 2020, so it should be approximately very soon.
Yeah, probably like next month or so.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a airplane shoot 'em up game, your fix, this is the one, I like to say, because the trailer was really cool.
Yeah.
And like, the gameplay itself didn't look that bad.
Yeah, I'm guessing, David, you're probably going to be getting this one.
Yes, I
pretty-
am.
Yeah.
The characters were funny too.
Yeah.
Some of the characters' names were similar to other.
Yeah, they are, yeah. That's pretty interesting.
That's funny. On to the next gaming news. We finally have gameplay of Master Roshi and Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Yeah, like actual legit gameplay that's not just, less than 40 seconds long.
And like I said, you're being too generous. 10 seconds long of gameplay.
Yeah, 10 seconds long, just barely an auto combo. Yeah.
You know what? It was just, hey, Master Roshi.
Regardless, we have a full, like, what was it, 5 minutes of like worth of gameplay?
Yeah.
And it was fully robust. You got to see pretty much everything. You got to see his Dragon Dash. You got to see his tag-ins. You got to see his supers and everything like that. And it was all really cool.
Yeah, just so much fan service to Master Roshi himself, like especially with the grab, where he has like multiple of himself and just beating up the player.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was very cool. But I love seeing this trailer because it's Master Roshi's bringing something that none of the characters have so far, which is a super where it automatically tags out the next player. So mostly in all Dragon Ball, you have to like do a Dragon Dash and then you could tag out the next player. That's how usually you tag out another character from the opposing team. But with this one, what Master Roshi does now, what he brings to the table is like he has a super where he literally could bring out the next guy.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. And obviously his level 3 is, when he gets big and does
his original Kamehameha.
Yeah, which is great fan
great to
service.
see, yeah.
Yes. And yeah, dude, Master Roshi looks super fun. And I thought it was gonna be a joke character, honestly, but he looks actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. I want to get my hands on him. And
Would you main him?
hell yeah, dude. Imagine getting beat up by Master Roshi.
Yeah, his combos and stuff look really cool. Like honestly, I can imagine like playing around with them a lot too.
And I liked his super dash too, because how like most of the Saiyans that I went, they just dash through like in the air. Master Roshi has to use a Kamehameha wave to push himself up in the air.
Yeah, that was really cool. That's really creative.
By any chance, do you have the season pass, or are you just waiting until the rest of the
Well, I was waiting for like a character I was really interested in. Like, don't get me wrong, Kefla's cool, but I feel like she didn't bring anything to the table. And then Ultra Instinct Goku looked a lot of lab work that I needed to put into. So Master Roshi is probably the character I will probably jump back into the game to play. So, but if they put Mr. Saiyan, bro, it's an automatic buy for me. I'm still waiting for that. Arc Systems, you heard it here first. All right, and probably the biggest gaming news we got today is the Xbox X and S systems finally got a price and release date.
Yep.
So the Xbox Series X, the big chunky boy,
The fridge.
yes,
The fridge.
is gonna be $500.
Yep, $4.99 US dollars.
Yeah, so I think it's a good price for it. And but the other one,
You know what's crazy?
What?
Hold on. So I heard. Well, I heard that pretty much you could get these two consoles, even if you don't have money wise. Like if you're like you don't have a job or like big thing, you could have payments.
Oh yeah. I've heard about the Xbox doing that
Yeah,
kind of
so
system.
you could do payments for the consoles themselves. Like if you can't purchase the console completely, you could do it in payments. And if you do it in payments, you also get the Game Pass with it.
Which is honestly become like the best.
But does it come with interest though? That's the question. I can imagine maybe.
But
I mean,
it's
just a game
it's
console,
nice
though.
to have that option to, like, you know, if you can't afford the 500 or the
Well, technically, you're getting a lot of games out of it
That
too.
is true, yeah.
You're
So I
getting
think
the
the
whole
interest
pass.
probably, if there is interest, it probably just pays for itself. So
yeah. But yeah, you, if you don't have enough to pay the 500, or what I was gonna say, the Xbox Series S series, the one that's only digital,
it looks like a speaker.
which looks like a boom.
The boombox.
Yeah, it's $300. So that's like, whoa. First of all, we didn't even know this little guy was even showing up. So that was a surprise to mostly everybody. And the fact that it's only $300, that's pretty affordable in this day and age.
And we also get an official date too, which is November 10th.
Yes, but you could pre-order your own either Xbox September 22nd.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean the whole Game Pass thing, that's a great deal for anybody,
The
to be
pass
honest.
and the payments thing.
Yeah,
You
it
could
is.
even do it, like I said, you could do it with the smaller version of it too. That's cool. But here's the big question. At least for myself, I was like, I don't need it.
You don't need it.
Console wise, like, I have a PC already.
Yeah.
So you know, having a PC, you know, you have most of the games on the PC.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, but I could go, like, I guess not
Well,
speak.
I'm just saying for my.
Yeah,
my
like speaking for
point,
you
for
and
me.
Robbie, like you guys both have PCs. Like,
Yeah.
obviously this is not for you. Like this is not, like, if it's an option for you to get, but it's not a demographic to you. It's demographic to the average Joe over here that doesn't want to buy a PC or anything.
Yeah.
He could afford the $300 Xbox Series
Or the
S
500.
or the 500. Yeah.
Oh man, but that GTX 3080 though. Ooh boy.
And the little guy, the Series S has ray tracing too.
It does, yeah.
So, you know, bang for your buck, man. It's a pretty good deal. I mean, obviously I'm not an Xbox fan, but when I see a good deal, it's a good deal.
Indeed.
So hopefully, you know, within the next podcast, we get to see the prices for the PS5 as well.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool to see.
And see if we can compare which
When
one.
was that one? What date is that?
They announced it. I think it's gonna be next week.
Next week.
Within the next week. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But this is a cool surprise to see the price points for the Xboxes. And if you're looking for one, boom, there you go.
Oh, would you get one?
I would get one, yeah. If you know, if Xbox had games. No.
It's all a matter of games, honestly. I agree with Omar.
no,
Exclusively.
Yeah, games.
But
I'm not gonna get it just because it has games with other consoles.
No, he means exclusively to that console.
no,
That's
yeah.
what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, like even with their exclusives, like you could just get on PC.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, you know.
I feel like at this point, like anybody that talks about like, hey, does this console have games? I'm pretty sure people automatically assume, okay, does it have exclusives? 'Cause
Yeah.
pretty much any game can be on anything these days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Just like Horizon jumping into the PC crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, obviously with, you know, PlayStation, they're the ones that have the most exclusives. But hopefully, with this next generation, Xbox has something.
Things will change. I don't know. Maybe
Has
we'll
the
see.
next series, more exclusives.
What about you?
I'm in the same boat as you, David. I mean, I have a PC, so for the most part, a lot of the games that are on Xbox are gonna be on PC, so I can just get it on PC.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, that's what we think. And the next gaming news, I think this is mostly about me. The Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Oh
It had a multiplayer reveal trailer, and
I saw the trailer, but did you see the
live stream, the gameplay?
Yeah.
I saw a bit of the live stream, but I saw people playing the game itself. Like,
oh, so you got to see the whole
the whole game
multiplayer.
Yeah, the whole multiplayer.
Okay, so you have more insight than me.
Yeah,
I just saw the trailer and then the previous trailer.
So so I'll just take over from this game. It looks like it's going back to the original like Black Ops.
Wait, I was gonna ask, by any chance does the kill streaks come back?
Oh, they changed that.
Really?
Yes, it's
we're going back to score streaks?
It's not score streaks and it's not kill streaks.
Really?
It's like a point system, but it's you remember support streaks? It is that.
Really?
Yes.
No.
So what Treyarch is trying to do in this Call of Duty version, they're trying to give you more participating into the objective itself. So no more longer sitting on the A flag for like a second, you get points. Like they want you to be playing the OBJ, as we like to call it here. And but yeah, with that, I still have no idea how the kill streaks work, because like if it resets it at all, or like you have to work up to the chopper gunner. But the gameplay itself, it looks cool. It looks like back to Black Ops 4 without the whole injecting yourself health system. And it even tells you like in the corner like how much health you have, like a little bar. So like when you're getting shot up, you just wait and regen again.
Oh, so the regeneration is back.
Yeah. Oh well, it's been back since Modern Warfare, but it's backer.
Well, I meant as in Treyarch wise.
Yeah.
Since they had the healing.
The whole healing system.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited for it, and they also teased zombies.
So wait, were the characters themselves, like, is it specific characters, or is it just I picked this character?
I'm pretty
operators.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna go that route, since that's like their bread and butter and making money. Like how Modern Warfare does it, like, you know, you got this operator. You can play as Woods, you know, Hutch, you know.
Do you think they'll bring back Ice Cube?
Maybe like the character, you mean?
No, the
announcer.
The announcer.
Well, they haven't done that in a while. They haven't done like announcers packs.
I know.
Since Infinite Warfare with the grandma pack. That was amazing.
Is that a thing?
That's really a thing.
That's
yeah.
Wow.
Like an old grandma could yell at you, "Your UAV is online."
Oh my god.
Look it up, bro. It's
I need to look this up.
It's a wild time. But yeah, it's very cool that, you know, old school classic guns, like you got the M16, the AK-74U.
What maps did you get to see, or what?
These were all new maps. They played on the like 3 boat map, and like there was a snow map with the tank. Honestly, the gameplay they were showing off, it felt very Battlefield-ish.
Well, so like World at War? Why is they're not like super huge, but not super small. Just
I guess you could look at it that way. Yeah, like World at War, they had tanks.
I remember World at War was it wasn't like super large like Battlefield.
Yeah,
it's like it's a pretty medium map, I guess.
Yeah,
large. Yeah.
I have to get my hands on it to see it, because obviously I'm a Call of Duty head over here in the podcast, and I always cop these games.
Yeah,
as much as I don't want to, it's just an addiction at this point.
to me in general, I also play Call of Duty, but I only play Treyarch's games in general, because I'm not mostly a multiplayer fan. I'm more of a zombie fan. I enjoy my zombies.
Which they teased at the end of this trailer.
They teased the... Yep.
So we'll see what
I have a feeling maybe this might be like a bigger horde than usual.
Maybe.
Yeah,
hope
we
so.
saw from that trailer, and then they showed I don't know if it was a teaser or not, but it looked like Nocturne, the original map.
Oh man, really?
Yeah. Did you see the graffiti?
Yeah.
Apparently, people are saying that might be the stairways to the beginning. You know how you open that little area? The chair in that, it's pretty much that spot. But then the map itself is bigger than that.
Oh, interesting. I did not put 2 and 2 together. That's crazy.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm looking forward to that. If anything, that's my big drop for this game in general.
So yeah.
Zombies.
So what about you, Robert?
You know what? Multiplayer too. I mean, not multiplayer. Story. I want to see the story.
Oh, the story's always solid, dude.
That's true. No, the fourth game was.
Oh, there was no story.
Yeah.
There was no story in Black Ops 4,
No,
and then
three?
3 was a disaster.
That was horrible.
I don't know where they were going with
No.
that. Hey, train going boom, dude.
Yeah, the best ones is pretty much.
Yeah, the first 2.
I'll count 3.
The first 3.
Yeah, World War.
Oh, World at War.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then Black Ops, and then Black Ops 2.
Yeah. No,
Story-wise.
I respect that opinion.
Wait. Yeah.
What about you, Robbie? You're quiet on this one.
Yeah, so I guess it's kind of no secret. I'm like the complete Call of Duty noob. It's like the opposite of like when it comes to like Shin Megami Tensei. It's like Omar doesn't know anything, but I know everything. So Call of Duty, that's all Omar. And again, like David knows some, and I'm just like, I've only played Black Ops 3. It was free on PlayStation. Free on PlayStation Plus. So I played that a little bit, and that's literally it.
Hey, man,
that's all I played.
Everybody has their preference, so
Yeah.
it's all good here.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wanna dive into them, but like, I have like other games to play, and I
Yeah.
usually like when I get the chance to, I usually like hop in way too late.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bad habit when it comes to like games that have like yearly releases like these.
Yeah.
Is that like, it's the same thing with me and Monster Hunter too. Like I try to get into Monster Hunter, I can't get into one on time because by the time I jump in, everybody else kind of like hopped off.
Overpowered.
Yeah,
armor.
so it's like oh man,
like
I
these
can't.
cool monsters you can't fight because you're not on this level.
So
I
it's like
feel
the same
you.
thing with Call of Duty, except like most people like, oh, you know, Black Ops 4 is already out, when I'm like, oh, Modern Warfare 3, I don't know. Again, I'm the noob, so I don't know too much about it, but it looks cool though. I guess based off of the trailer that I saw, it looks really dope. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we'll see. If you guys played it, I'm down to play like some zombies with you guys. It looks cool.
I was wishing that they might have like teased 5, but a new version of 5.
Oh, the zombie map.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I want presidents to come back.
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Me too.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, with John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't know that was real.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
That map was tiny though, but it was still fun.
Like it was one strategy to do it, but that's beside the point. But yeah, we're excited for Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War here.
Yeah,
bro.
so me and Omar are for sure gonna cop it.
Yeah.
First day.
Yeah. And all right, on to the next.
Oh,
game.
here comes Ravi's.
All right, now this is my jam right here. All right, so 10 years ago, there was a little movie. There's a little movie that came out called Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. You guys might have heard of it.
Oh, I seen it.
It was a cult classic, you
Yeah.
know.
I seen a little bit of it.
You haven't seen the whole thing?
No.
Oh, it's
Oh
a great
man,
movie.
yeah, it's a good movie.
But we're not talking about the movie. We're talking about the movie, the game,
Oh,
which ironically is actually based off more so the comic book.
Oh.
But anyway, so Ubisoft made a movie game called Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and by far, in my opinion, probably one of the best movie titled video games ever made. And it was released on the PS3 and 360. It was a great game. It had DLC. It had great characters. It had great gameplay, great music, everything. It was a fun time. However, a couple years down the line, I think back in 2015 or so.
No, 14.
14. Oh yeah.
December.
14. It was delisted, and it was a digital only release. You couldn't buy it anywhere else. If you didn't buy it, you're sorry. Too bad. You guys lucked out. You can't get it. And it was horrible because the main reason why is because these fine gentlemen here have never played the Scott Pilgrim game.
Nope.
And it's a real shame, but thankfully, by the grace of the Lord
And Ubisoft.
they're bringing it back. I assume the licensing deal is all back together again and everything, and they've announced Scott Pilgrim vs. the World: The Game Complete Edition.
Yeah.
It comes with the Knives DLC, the Wallace Wells DLC. It comes pretty much with everything, complete edition. And I'm super excited. I'm hoping that like the online and everything still works. I remember the online in the original version didn't work. It worked pretty well for what it was, but it could have been better. Like the best type of multiplayer that the game had was obviously local multiplayer, which I spent a ton of time on. So. And as far as the game is concerned, as far as you know, if you guys want to get into it, the game is actually more so like River City Ransom. It's a beat 'em up game. that has RPG elements. So there's leveling systems, and each level up that you get new attacks and new attacks and new power-ups and stuff. And among that, there's also shops and stuff that you can be able to buy food, buy level up items and stuff like that, experience points items, and yeah, it's just really cool. Again, like the graphics and stuff is really cool. The gameplay is all that is really cool, and the multiplayer, like I said, I hope that they make the multiplayer more. Like the online multiplayer anyway, due to the world events going on right now. I hope that the multiplayer is more improved on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously me and David missed the chance in playing this game. I seen it at the store when it was first coming out, and I was like, why would I play Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
It's a movie game. I do understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, but it was a beat 'em ups, and at the time I just wasn't into beat 'em ups again. It was like they were having a bad rep at the time. Mm-hmm. But now that we're in year 2020, I love beat 'em ups.
Streets of Rage 4 it came out this year.
Yep.
River City Girls,
Battletoads.
So
beat 'em ups is coming back with a vengeance.
It is, yeah. And I'm really happy.
A lot of old games are getting the beat 'em ups back again.
Yeah,
they're getting remade.
And like not too long ago, last year, I also got the Capcom beat 'em up, and that was super fun to play. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
what was the game we played that was a beat 'em up?
Are you talking about Dragon's Crown?
No.
What are you talking about?
It was with a bunch of chicks.
Are you talking about
Phantom.
Oh, damn! I'm really blanking out on that game.
Remember how we played? We had like 4 people. And
Yeah, I remember.
No, Rabbi knows the game too. Makise Kursu came out in the game. The Phantom. From the top of my head, I don't remember.
We'll put it up on the screen right here, in case we remember. But basically, yeah. Oh, and I guess one thing I wanted to close off: the fact that this game exists is actually perfect because
how much was the price prior?
When the game first came out, it was $15 from what I remember.
Oh, yeah.
So it's.
Oh, it's coming out as $15 too, and it's gonna be coming out in way more platforms this time around. So it's gonna be coming out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. That was actually the defining thing, the reason why this was like hard to port, or why this was hard to play originally, because this was like console exclusive for the longest time. It only came out on 360 and PS3.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
That's
now
crazy.
it gets to come out on pretty much everything, thankfully. And yeah, I'm super duper looking forward to it.
You convinced me, bro. I mean, I might cop this for a day.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, if there's anything that if there's any doubt in you or any of you guys that this is just a movie game or whatever, I want to let you guys know that the original Scott Pilgrim, whether you guys seen the movie or read the comics, was originally based off of like video game tropes. The whole 7 evil X's was built very much so like a video game. And the fact that this is kind of going back to its literal roots of it being a literal video game makes perfect sense. This is the perfect movie game, just saying.
Yeah, very cool. And up to the last gaming news. This is like a little segment here. But they Crash Bandicoot 4 coming out pretty soon. Very soon.
Very soon.
3 days from now.
3 days from now as of recording, It's going to be launching in September 16th. And they showed off Tana.
Yes,
from the first game, except not really, because this is actually an alternate version of Tana.
Yeah, which was I'm gonna be honest. I had to look up who was she.
I don't blame you. She was only in the first game for the longest time.
Yeah, and also she was kind of like the cheerleader in CTR.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, who is this character? And when I saw the new design they have for her, it's like, it's
radically different, but it makes sense because this isn't the same Tana.
Yeah, so she looks really cool, and the new design of her, she's like, like you said, like Nathan Drake kind of expired, like the hero, like rope swinging everywhere.
And I guess now that
the cool thing too is that it's not only Tana, but also we get to these three characters, right?
Multiple characters.
Multiple? There's more?
Yeah, you play as Crash, Coco, Dr. Nefarian, and like I think some other villains.
Oh yeah, what was his name? It was a kind of raccoon kind of thing. No, not a raccoon.
Are you talking about the crocodile guy?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I think you could play as him too. I have no idea, but I know not different thing.
Dingodile?
Yeah, with the tail, the green
Oh
tail.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's a lot of characters to play in this one.
Yeah,
so
this game is really starting.
it's fine. It finally makes sense for the price it's asking for. Because it's a really big game.
Yeah, it's a legit $60 game, so it's actually.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Even like in the gameplay, they showed off. There was a level where Tanwa is like
Tana?
she's kicking and like there's like colors, like she's shooting out colors to like colored in the map, and I thought it was a really cool aspect of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, she looks cool, and she's different gameplay from Crash and Coco and all of them.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get my hands on it.
Are you guys gonna be getting this day one or anything?
I'll probably not day one, but I'll probably like keep looking for it, like probably like a price drop or like,
Yeah, I'm.
or like
I'm
whenever
probably,
I have nothing to play, I'll probably cop it.
Yeah, I'm probably waiting for maybe like about either a couple of weeks to a month or so, and then I'll get around playing it.
But when is Call of Duty?
When is Call of Duty?
Yeah.
November, right?
November?
I think November or October. I think October.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. No, I'm thinking about it. I was like,
Oh,
because
Yeah,
the times are closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, obviously, around this time is like Broketober, all the good games come out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Including Cyberpunk that's coming out, hopefully.
Yeah.
And
Because there's a lot of promises on that game, so.
oh yes,
That's why.
most definitely.
All right, and that concludes this week's episode of the Anime Squad podcast. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you guys like our content.
And share if you think we're cool.
And if you're super duper cool. And as always, my name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And we'll see you guys next week.